What a way to start match day 13th. Wolves beat Chelsea 2-1 in a great game at Molineux. I'm still catching my breath. What a game. What a game. Neto scores the stoppage time winner to put the Wolves back on track. Chelsea drops 2 games in a row, losing to Everton last week, losing to Wolves this week. What a game. Spectacular, spectacular game. Podence scored a screamer. Great goal. The way he faked the shots, had the defense shifting, went first post, and then the counterattack with Neto getting the stoppage time winner. Amazing game. Catching my breath. First and foremost, I just want to say Lampard, he needs to get his tactics right. He needs to figure out what he's doing with Chelsea. One of the weakness for the Wolves is Semedo. It can't be overstated. Big purchase this summer to get him, to bring him in to replace Doherty. He struggled again, in my opinion. He struggled going forward. He struggled defending. His positioning looks horrible. There's a couple times where it looks like he's in position to header the ball, and he takes 1 or 2 steps forward when he doesn't need to. And because he does that, the ball just soars over his head, puts Chelsea players in dangerous positions. Another bad game by Semedo, in my opinion. In the Chelsea goal, overlapping run, Semedo just doesn't see it, doesn't switch off the player he's marking to the midfielder that's dropping, and then goes and defends the overlapping run. He just sits there. Good cross by Chilwell, I think, and then Giroud scores the first goal for Chelsea. So Semedo, that's definitely a problem for the Wolves. I think they need to sit him. Like I said, they need to teach him how to defend better. He's already 27 years old, so I don't know how much better he'll get, but it's frustrating to see Semedo going forward. He still doesn't provide enough to have him on the field. He's decent going forward. He had a chance today to score a goal, and he tried to assist instead of shooting. It was a somewhat tight angle, so I could see why he was going for the cross, but I think he could have put it away if he shoots on target. And one of the mistakes that Chelsea did, one of the mistakes that Lampard did, was switching Pulisic over to the right side. When he was on the left side in the first half, in the first 35 minutes, he was a menace. He was getting Semedo in tough positions. He was running all over Semedo. As a Wolves fan, I was watching that game and I was like, damn, if this is not gonna end well. Pulisic on Semedo on Pulisic. He's quick. He's good with the ball in his foot, and Semedo is just not that good at defending. It's gonna be a rough day for Semedo. But Lampard helped him out. Put Warner on the left side. Put Pulisic on the right side. I don't understand how Lampard doesn't get that Pulisic is a dangerous. He's a good player on the right side. He's an amazing player on the left side. If you put Pulisic on the left wing, he becomes Chelsea's most dangerous player on the field. And then it's Havertz. Havertz still hasn't showed anything. Sometimes he looks lackadaisical playing. He doesn't look like he's 100% into the game. The effort doesn't look like it's there. So Havertz needs to pick it up. Definitely needs to pick it up. He hasn't shown enough. They spent a lot of money on him. He was one of the first subs that came off for Chelsea. He needs to impact the game more. But on the Wolves sides, Podence showed up. Neto showed up. Podence, he's been one of the bright spots in this last few weeks where the Wolves haven't been playing that good. Neto, I've been raving about Neto. I think he's going to have a breakout season. He's 20 years old. He's amazing on that left flank. Quick as ever. Good with the ball on his foot. They both had solid games. Silva played all right. I think he played better last game than this game. He had a goal called off because he was 5 yards offsides. He needs to work on staying on sides. He's young. He's 18 years old. The Wolves didn't revert back to a 3-4-3 this game instead of going to the back four, and it worked better. I think if we go back to 3 center backs against the big teams, against teams like Chelsea, against teams like Tottenham, Liverpool, it's not the end of the world. But I do still want to try to see how we do with the 4-man in the back, with 2 center backs, just 4 in the back. I think we need to keep trying to do it. Like I said, last season, the last 2 seasons, we've seen the limitations that having so many people in the back, 5 people in the back has. So I'm excited. I'm still excited. I trust in Nuno. If he decides to just go back to the 3 center backs and just play it out like that, I wouldn't be mad, but I am pretty excited. I'm still hopeful that the transition to a back 4 will be able to eventually happen, and we'll be a team that plays with the back 4, and we'll be a team that attacks more. some highlights. Vitinha finally came on. I think he had the assist to Neto at the end. He looked pretty good. The ball looks good when the ball is on his foot. The American Owen Osuna. I don't want to butcher his name. What's his name? But the American came on. He looked good. Where's his name? Owen Otasoe. He looked good. He had a couple losses of possession, but he looks physical. He's a big player. He won some aerial duels. He looks good. Also, I wanted to comment on Neves. Neves needs to pick it up. He had some mishaps. He lost the ball in possession sometimes. There was one play in the first half where he stole the ball and he was right down the middle of the goal. And you either got to pass or you got to shoot, and you got to make up your decision quickly. And he was just super hesitant with the ball on his foot. He didn't know if he should open the ball out wide. He didn't know if he should shoot. And then Conte came from behind him and took the ball away from him. I think he needs to get more playing time. He needs to get into form. Neves, I have so much higher expectations for you. Then Donker went out injured, so we'll see how he plays. But I like what I saw from Owen Otasoe. In the few minutes that Vitinha came in, he looked pretty decent. So I'm excited to see how this team goes forward. One of the questions moving forward will be, how do they play in the next game? The Wolves, they play Burnley on Monday. So we'll see how they play. If they set up with the 3 center backs, if they set up with the 2 center backs, I think Burnley would be a good opponent to try to go back to the back 4 and see how that works out. For Chelsea, they play West Ham on Monday as well. So we'll see how that works out for Chelsea. They dropped 2 games in a row. Some questions being asked for Lampard. They had a great run, 17 games unbeaten before losing to Everton. But a lot of the competition wasn't that good. And now that he has some injuries, Cissage isn't there, Hudson-Odoi isn't there. This is where you really see the strength of your coach, if he's able to make adjustments, if he's able to set a lineup, if he's able to make in-game adjustments. And we're still going to find out if Lampard is the guy. And West Ham has been playing good this season. So we'll see if Chelsea is able to get back in form, or if they drop 3 Premier League games in a row. That West Ham game is going to be key, is going to be pivotal. They can't keep dropping points anymore. They're 5th right now with potential to keep falling lower. So we'll see how Chelsea does against West Ham. But overall, as a Wolves fan, exciting game to watch. Reverting back to the 3 center backs, good call by Nuno. Got the win against Chelsea. It looks like this could be the turning point in the season where the Wolves start going up in ranks. And for Chelsea, this might be the opposite. This might be their schedule gets tough, so we'll see if Chelsea is able to turn it around and still contend. They got Aston Villa, West Ham, Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Man City coming up. Tough schedule for Chelsea. We'll see how Lampard gets out of it. What looked like a promising season is now getting to its hard part. So we'll see. I do wish Chelsea all the luck in the world. But Wolves, up the Wolves. Great game by the Wolves. Exciting game. Silva, he needs some time. Vitinha, let's get him more minutes. Owen looked pretty good coming on as a sub. Hope that Donker is nice and healthy. Yeah, just overall good game. I'm excited of what I saw from the Wolves, and let's keep this thing going.